Good evening, everyone. It is January 4th, 2023, and let's go over what we had. Let's get rid of all the indicators, all that stuff on a 10-minute chart. There we go. Uh, let's go over what we had today. Um, I'd mentioned with such a low close yesterday, ES was closing, I think, around value area low. NASDAQ actually closed below value area low. I was expecting us to not really get much downward progress during Globex, and that really was the case on ES, not so much on NQ. NQ actually really managed to sell. Once again, that 3:30 a.m. guy, Mr. Euro, showed up, sold us down hard below the prior day's low at 522. We opened far, far down at a level there at 450 something. Um, and we chopped around for pretty much 30 minutes. Meanwhile, the ES was able to get a small, like the world's smallest gap down, whatever it was, like a 2 point gap down, quickly closed it. It was staying offered at a level I had there at 49, which was where we kept staying bid during yesterday. Every sell 12 a.m., or sorry, 12 p.m., 2 p.m., and 3:30ish. That's where we kept staying bid. Eventually, those guys got offside, ramped up to 57s. That was the other key spot yesterday. Pretty clear to see that level there. And then finally, we just ramped further upwards, and you can see no pullbacks really. I mean, that's a 5 point rotation from 58ish, just continuing to move up right into that euro close, right into where we had that big seller from yesterday parked right around 64. So we kind of got to settlement lows at 65 half, or yesterday's open at 64 quarter, whatever you want to call it. And we sold right off there, and that was kind of the trade of the day, in my opinion. I wasn't too sure. The two clearest trades for me were getting short 47s, getting out of the 47 to 49, getting out of that when the Nasdaq managed to hold the lows, could not make a lower low, ramp back up really strongly. To me, that signaled getting out of that short. A possible short around 57, although with all the auctions accepting upwards, it really wasn't the best shot there. The IB high was likely to get accepted, and it did. And this was the kind of a key short here, 65ish, or once we broke all this inventory, got down into kind of 56, 55. This was also kind of a nice short for further move downwards back into that 49 level. 49 there, 47 somewhere around here. I wasn't too sure if we'd actually be able to continue downwards. However, we did. A very low volume kind of rally into this sell and further move downwards. Some bids near the open, and then a nice crap out into the close. So another day with a low close. 47, 27 half was a level I had, and we managed to stay bid off there. Now, if we do lose 27s tomorrow, if we lose that, I'm expecting us to get into either whether that's 4708 or the FOMC low, let's call it 4700, somewhere around there. That's where I'm expecting to get, and I expect that to have a strong bid. It stayed pretty bid, that same structural level yesterday at 590 on the Nasdaq. It gave a whatever that is, 60-point bid, and that's the index that's lagging significantly. So 60 points, that's about equivalent to 15 on the ES, and ES being so much stronger, I imagine you'd get a strong rally off of there, and that might become some sort of interim low as we knock on whatever it is. I think Thursday was red last week, so Thursday, Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday, this Thursday. We've almost had a week straight of selling. I wouldn't be surprised if that kind of marks a temporary low, and then we can balance for a few days come next week. So here's how I'm looking at it. Perhaps some sort of long off of 27.5, but below there, looking to get long around 4,700 for some sort of 15-point move upwards. Below there, 86s, 79s, some other levels. I doubt we really get into there. Something to note is that all of this week, we haven't really gotten much traction above settlement lows, right? On Tuesday, we were nowhere near settlement lows. the Thursday lows, whatever, 48.28. We came nowhere nowhere close to that on the Tuesday RTH session. Wednesday over here, nowhere close to Friday's lows. Today, Thursday, finally, we managed to get close to settlement lows. We tagged them at 65.5 and then a dramatic sell-off. Tomorrow, with such a low daily low on Wednesday, settlement lows are only at 47.41, right? This could very well become a squeeze scenario, and that's why I'm not going to be looking to short again at 65. If we reclaim 41, there is a good chance this becomes a long off of somewhere around here, prior day's low to 46, call it, somewhere in this sort of zone. You can see that bid there. Something like that becomes a long, clears this 54 area where the weekly point of control is sitting, and we end up getting the 64 seller offside and pushing into the 74 spot, if not 85 to 88. That's kind of the upside scenario to me. Downside scenario is we break the prior day's low, today's RTH low at 27s, and we sell down into the FOMC number. NAS crack. Where were settlement lows on this thing? Tuesday's low. Yeah, not even close. Did not come even close. I did have a level at 583, so we sold right off of there. Unable to run the overnight high, unable to get to the prior day's high, so not even remotely as bullish as the ES. Here's what I'm thinking. Possibly a short off of 489, that being the spot where we kept staying offered during the opening range, got some nice bids there, and eventually that's where we sold off nicely. So perhaps a sell off 49, otherwise a sell off of settlement lows at 522, the primary level of interest. 549s, I would debate taking that short or not. These are the two main spots I would look for a short. Just like the ES and its 27.5 number, perhaps we stay bid off 51s, keep the overnight low virgin, and that allows us to get a nice move up going. Below there, 405, 338, and 320 are just levels of interest. Pretty clear. It's a 10-minute chart. Bid, 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 offer, 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 right? Yeah, that's pretty clear. I think that's contract rollover or something. That's how I'm looking at it. That's all I got. Above, perhaps a short off 618, maybe 610, something like that. Pretty much the open. Wednesday's open. Perhaps 642. I don't know. That's kind of stretching it. Might change that. I like that kind of 700, 720 spot and 775, 786. I think those are good spots. Overall, I need to see how this develops. We have NFP pre-market at 8:30. I think that's all for news tomorrow. Some Canadian data as well at 8:30. ISM PMI at 10 a.m. Factory orders also at 10 a.m. FOMC member Barkin speaks at 1:30 p.m. Yeah, that's all I got. I mostly want to be playing in an ideal scenario. I'd really love to be able to see us open somewhere around 47-ish, take 41 long, keep the prior day's low virgin down 27, keep this area virgin as well, get this 41 long, break 54, and really start pushing upwards. Anyway, hope that helps. Have a great night. Trade safe.